Hey, Scarefest, this is Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly, and this week's review I can't do in 4 minutes and give it justice. From the outset, I just can't do it. This week's review is Frankenstein, Del Toro's new Frankenstein, which is on Netflix. It was out in the theaters for a few weeks before Halloween, I'm sure for Oscar contention. Frankenstein is Guillermo del Toro's dream project. The only thing done more than Frankenstein is probably Dracula. It's an interesting thing. There's a friend of mine named Jonathan Peacock, and you will know him from the Western Kentucky Ghostbusters, and he does these 2 sentence or 1 sentence spoiler-free reviews. And his was this is it's not quite as close, absolutely dead set to Mary Shelley's actual novel, but it's also not quite completely Del Toro's and it's somewhere in the middle. A lot of people love this movie. I love parts of this movie. I really do. So if it sounds like I'm complaining about it, it's not. I highly recommend it. Let's get it out of the way. It's well acted, it's beautifully done, but there are parts of it that I think lag. Frankenstein is told in 2 parts, Del Toro's. The one first part is from Victor's perspective, and the second part is from the creature's perspective. And we're supposed to have empathy for both, and we do. And I was watching the making of it because I can't really delve into this too much in 4 minutes. And it struck me because even though there's parts of the movie I don't care for, there's things that he added, like how he gets the money and where he goes. That character who's played by Christoph Waltz, I actually enjoyed that. Some of the stuff with the brother, not so much. The thing that I love the most that he did to me, and I got teary-eyed at the end of the movie, was to me, he made a movie and he says it about fathers and sons. Once I heard him say it, I was like, yes, that's what you did. You made Frankenstein into fathers and sons. And not that it isn't the text and subtext, bare of subtext isn't already there. He just delves into fathers and sons and the relationships that we have with our fathers, the relationships that we have with our sons. I'll start getting upset about it right now. Yeah, if some of you know me personally, I really like being a dad. I fail at it every day, but I love being a dad. As I watched it at the end, and this isn't a spoiler, but as there's a little bit of coming to terms with not only Victor, but his son, the creature, of accepting someone despite all their flaws, and the creature accepting the dad despite all the horrendous flaws, because they both have flaws. The son's not quite what he thought it would be. And his dad, absolute lack of empathy for him and who he is as a person. And that's to me what makes this movie really good is it's not even subtext, is that we talk about our parents and how they're not perfect and they suck. And you know what? Genuinely, we're not perfect and they suck. And just gives too much information. But I was thinking about, I probably was not what my dad, I look like my dad, but I'm not my dad. And I'm probably not what he desired in a son. Hope to never pass that on to my kid. But we do pass things on to our children. And we can't help it because we're all flawed. And at the end of the day, we kind of have to accept people for who they are and what they are, and we either accept them or we cut them out of our lives, and both of those are equally good answers. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. Is it the greatest telling of this movie ever, of the story ever? I don't know. You know, it's hard because you're going up such icons, right? The Boris Karloff Frankenstein is such, it's here. Even if you don't know it, you've never seen the movie, you know what that is. It's part of pop culture. It's part of the zeitgeist. It's Del Toro, and he is an artist. This is a piece of art, and it's not meant for everyone. Will you read as much into it as I did? But it is a story about fathers and sons and acceptance and getting past the trauma that we cause each other. This has been Joe Lewis, Bonehead Weekly.